Hi there, this is Philip from eManage, and in this video I'm going to go through the new functionality that allows you to add pictures to your furniture line items when you have Project Spec installed and integrated, and when you have the symbols installed. So I'm going to start out actually in Project Notify, which is where you get your catalogs and your symbols from, and it's a little green triangle there, a little pyramid, and if you don't have it there, you can always go to your start and type Project Notify, and it'll be right there. When you start it up, you're going to see a list of your manufacturer data that you have installed. You should install every manufacturer that you use, and it would be on each computer that you want to do this functionality on. If you have some older computers, you might want to pick a computer that's got a good amount of space on it and use one computer and one person notifying them with an action item to actually get the pictures for the line item quotes. We feel that if your quote and the competitor's quote, all things being equal in price, but yours has line item pictures on every line item that it can possibly have, you've got a better chance of getting that sale. So inside of Project Notify, you just check off the manufacturers that you want to download, and make sure that you do download the symbols as well. The symbols are the images that we're going to be grabbing out of there. Okay, so once you've downloaded those, and that may take a little while depending on how many you choose, I'm going to close out, and I'm just going to open up Project Spec, and I'm going to show you how to set a couple of options here to make your quotes and the images look as good as possible. So I'm going to double click on this manufacturer text box here, and I'm just going to pull up something here. And once we get to the place where there's the picture viewer, we're going to set a couple options. Okay, so your image comes up in the part preview. Once that's up there, you can right click where the image is, and just make sure that your display is set to 3D. And that your display mode is rendered, grayscale, and the reflections actually look pretty nice on the quote as well, so you can leave those on there. Okay, so once you set those options, you can go ahead and close out of this, and we can close out of Project Spec. And I'm just going to log into one of our customers, and we're going to actually do some pictures here. So the one thing that's really important when you're doing these pictures, in order for it to get the pictures from Project Spec, the vendor ref code has to be a part of the bill of materials line item. So we really only get that if you're doing XML importing. So, and the reason why this whole functionality came about is if you're a Hayward dealer and you're using Canvas to do your drawing, there's no way for us to get the images from there. We can only get images from Project Spec. If that changes and we can get things from CET or from 2020, we would certainly build it in. But right now, Project Spec is the only software that allows us to do this. So, okay, I'm going to go into the bill of materials on the project. And this option is going to have about 200 or so line items. You don't have to worry whether you're selecting the right stuff, the right line items to do this with. It will actually do, it will skip over the things that it cannot do. So I'm going to click on the Hayworth, and we're just going to highlight all these items in here. So it'll sift through and figure out which ones it can do and it can't do. This is an older project, so it may actually turn out that that some of these things are out of the catalog. Maybe they're discontinued. So, okay, so you highlight all the things that you want to do, and you right-click on the row header, and there's a new item on there called Read Pictures from PMatrix. And I'm going to go ahead and let that run, and you'll see the picture viewer window come up, and as soon as it's added it to the part and to the bill of materials, it will then show in the grid while you're doing this. So the picture column will only show up if you've set it in your user settings. So in the user settings on the tools menu at the very top of vManage, you can set show pictures in bill of materials, and that will allow that that column to be there. And you'll see it's actually running through. I can see where it's going. It activates the row that it's working on. Again, some of these may have pictures or may not have pictures. One of the things that that doesn't have pictures is any wall products. So those are exclusively done in CET Canvas. Okay, so you'll also notice that these images have a transparent background and a reflection. So we've always done our quotes with a alternating row grayscale. So now the images won't have a white box after the a white box around the image. It's just a transparent background on that. So you only see the image itself. You notice that sometimes this will take a little bit longer on some of the items. These look like they're special items. And it doesn't time out for about 7 seconds. And that's to allow for slower computers to be able to process the information. Now I could, before I did this, I could have selected or not selected these special items, and I could avoid this whole thing. So it only is going to process the items that you have selected. Okay, it looks like we might be getting into some things that are not special anymore right now. Yes, now that's going to go a little faster. So if it's finding the images you see, it doesn't take the 7 seconds to actually do what it's supposed to do. While it is applying the image to the bill of materials, it is also applying it to the master part listing to the part. So in your inventory, your warehouse management, all that stuff, these pictures are also going to show. If people are shopping on your portal, they're also going to show there to your customers. So it's a really cool feature. And you'll see most every one of these is actually getting a picture. Some of them are a lighter gray, so you may just see a little hint of it. Some of the items are very small. When this actually loads back up again in the bill of materials, you'll see that these pictures actually will get a little bigger. It'll auto-size those. And I'm probably going to stop this video and pause it and cut part of this out so that we can come back with it all done. And we're also going to be previewing in this video our new line item quote, which is coming out along with this, and it's completely redesigned, trying to go for more of a design feel, so that you look more innovative, more creative. So we're going to pause this and we'll come back into the video as soon as all these parts are completed. Okay, so that just completed, and that took about maybe 5.5, 6 minutes to do about 208 line items. Not bad in the scheme of things when you're talking about having pictures on your line items. And remember that once these pictures are set, they're also set on the master part listing. So anytime you use those items again, even on an import from CET XML, those pictures will come in to the BOM automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over here to my quote, and we're going to take a look at that. Again, we're revealing this for the first time, and we're excited to have this new quote out. It's the line item quote, and it's a complete redesign here. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to print, and I'm going to use an alternative. When you get this quote, it will be just the regular line item quote, the base report. So for you, it would be use original. I'm just going to highlight a few of the items that are new on the quote, and you'll see also that there are pictures in here as well. Okay, so you can see that we've lined everything up quite a bit better. This actually, this quote has options set to not show the option name, but the option name and the phase name will now show, and every change of the phase will show this line as a separator. Also, every new page will show the one that it's continuing on from on the last page. So we just take this out and break it down. You've got your line number here. The line numbering will actually go through the entire quote until it hits an optional option. So if you have several options put together on the quote, your numbering will just continue until it gets to something that is optional or it's done. Okay, so we can also see those beautiful pictures with the reflection. What a difference that would make to see that on your quote for your customer as opposed to a straight line there. So we have the option set here to show discount from list. So we have list each, discount percent, price each, then we have our extended price here. So if you choose not to show the discount from list, then it would have your unit price and extended price. We also are showing on every line the manufacturer. So the manufacturer can be set in the MFG codes. However, if you don't set it there, it will use the vendor name to show them. So we can just go through here. You'll see there's AIS, there's Hayworth, and you can see that all those pictures that we set are all in there. Anything that was a special or maybe is not around anymore is not there. Okay. Also, on the second page, we take out the build to, ship to, and install to so that there's more room for the quote. Okay, so you can see that there's a lot more room there. It's going to go to the end of the page here. We took the authorized signature off of every page and put it on the last page of the quote now. Okay, so you can see that this is a pretty large quote, and the line numbering keeps going, and it's going to go until it either hits an optional option or it hits the end of the quote. And that just looks great. So if you have any questions, you can call us at 949-383-5377 anytime between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And one of our support staff will help you with anything that you have questions on. Thank you very much and have a great day.